Hello everyone, and welcome to my new tutorial series on how to create a motion sensor that takes pictures and records video when motion has been sensed. The videos and pictures will all be time-stamped so that it's easy to know when the motion was detected.
Okay, so we're going to need a few things for this project. We're going to need 3 female jumper cables. We're going to need our Pi camera or Raspberry Pi, a PIR sensor, a battery pack. Any phone battery pack should do the trick. Optionally, you can have a Raspberry Pi case, and I have a bit of cardboard here just to cover the front, and I've put holes in it to stick the camera out from. We need our cable obviously to connect the Raspberry Pi to the power, and I've just some hair bobbins here, very simple, just to keep the whole thing tied together. The way the motion sensor works is it will detect infrared changes in the surrounding environment, or in other words, it will detect any heat changes. And when it does that, it will output high here from the middle pin, and that's how the Raspberry Pi will know that motion was detected. So you may also have noticed that there's 2 tiny little levers on each side, and the one here on the left will adjust the delay. So basically how long it has to wait before it can sense motion again. And that ranges from 3 seconds up to 5 minutes. And the one on the right here is the range, so how far it has to be before it detects motion. And that range, the distance basically ranges from 3 meters to 7 meters. As you can see, I have both of them turned all the way up to the left, and that's because I want the delay to be short so it can sense motion very quickly. And I don't want a very long range, I want a short range, because I don't want things in the background setting off the motion. Now if we look at it from the back, we can see that there's 3 pins, and the one on the very left is our negative pin, the one in the middle is our output pin, and the one on the right will be our positive pin. Now, so we'll wire all the 3 pins up like so. So we'll have the black wire there on the left, the yellow wire in the middle, and the red wire on the right. And we'll try to keep them color coded just so we don't get our wires mixed up, because we don't want to wire them in the wrong way and end up damaging our motion sensor.
Now if we take a look at our Raspberry Pi pins here, you can see that they're numbered from number 1 to 40, but they also have their own names here on the side. So for this project we're going to use pin number 2, which provides the 5 volts. We're going to use pin number 9, which is our ground, and we're going to use pin number 11 which is pin number, or GPIO 17 here.
Okay, so I have my cables plugged in. I have my 5 volts there. It's the first one on the right hand side. And I also have my ground and my output. My ground is the 5th one down on the left hand side, and my output is the 6th pin down on the left hand side. Now our next step is to install the camera. And to do that, we have to find our camera port here, which is this port. And to get it to install, we'll have to lift up this little tab here, like so. And we take our camera and we make sure that the blue part is pointing towards our USB ports. So we'll just insert it in like that and make sure it's all the way into the bottom. And once that's done, just push down on both sides, just like that.
So the next step is to actually enable the camera on our Raspberry Pi. So when you boot up your Pi, you're going to want to go in here, and we're going to go into Preferences and Raspberry Pi Configuration. Now, if you go into Interfaces here, There's going to be a lot of settings, but the one that we are looking for here is camera. And all we're going to do is click on enable. And as you can see, I've already mine enabled here. And once that's done, you're going to click OK, and you'll reboot your Pi, and it should be ready to use the camera afterwards. Now, once your Pi has rebooted, we can test the camera by going into the terminal and taking a picture. And to do that, we just write rasp still space -o, and we'll just save it on the desktop, and we'll save it as image.jpg, and we just press enter like that. And once it goes on to the next line there, we have our picture taken, and as you noticed, it already showed up here. And if we click on that, we'll be able to see a picture. And you can see a picture of my ceiling there because it's pointed at the ceiling right now. It is now time to start writing our code. And for the purpose of this project, I'm going to be coming up here and going into programming. I'm going to be using Genie, but you can use whichever other one you're more comfortable with. And to do that, we just come in here, and to create a file, we'll just go new, and we can then save it. And we're going to create a Python file. So if I save that onto my desktop there, I'll just name it motioncam.py, and I have a Python file ready to be edited there. I have a previous one here because I've already started one, but I've done it just so I can show you how it's done.
So for the next few parts, they'll be writing the code for the Raspberry Pi. For the moment, we won't put a cover on it because if something goes wrong, we don't want to be opening it up and then covering it again. So we'll just leave it open for now, just for testing purposes. And then at the end, we can cover it and get it set up for Sense in Motion. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next part.